Generating level, eroding, soiling, carving. These are all new words to me. Well, I know the words in watering, growing, planting, but they're new words to me in terms of Minecraft. Well, look at this. This is all a bit different. I thought that I wouldn't be able to make a video on this. I'll call it a series. On this series for a while because the Minecraft launcher doesn't have a whole load of them. But then I heard about this Betacraft thingy, which has a whole load of them. And I'm sure there are other ways to access the old versions of the game, but this is what I'm choosing to use. The castle is not going to be built. Well, the castle that I tried to build before is not coming over to this version because I'm using a different launcher. I don't know if it will be able to continue in other versions or if I'm just going to have to rebuild it every single time. But I'm already noticing a whole load of differences. Before I do anything, I just want to experiment with the controls. So it's still the old way of doing things, it seems, when you switch between break and place using your right button, and then whichever function is selected you can do with your left key, which is a tricky way of doing things, but never mind. Let's see what all the different blocks are. I've got 1 for stone, 2 for dirt, so I'll quickly fill that in. 3 for cobblestone, 4 for planks. Oh, they've changed the plank texture to what I know and love. I mean, that is... I think it gets changed a little bit. That's not quite what I think of when I think of oak planks. But that's not far off. If you don't know, oak planks is my favourite block in the game. Or are my favourite block in the game, depending on how you see the plural. So that's quite interesting. So that was 4. 5 is saplings, which you can seemingly place... Well, that you can place on anything, but that seems to have disappeared. You can still place it on itself, but then it disappears. That's really interesting. Okay. Right. Then we've got... Okay, so that's a new block. Wood. Look at that. Let's make a little staircase. Oh, and you can't... I don't know if that's new, but you can't place a block if you're in it. That's interesting. Right, so wood, leaves. Okay. This is really cool, and I love the colour. Right. I'm pretty sure that these will disappear if they're not close to wood. Or does that not exist yet? Can I just build these however far out I like? Seemingly I can. Okay. Because in some versions, if they're not close enough to a log, then they disappear. So even if I do it over here without any log, I'll even have it, if I can. There we go. I'll even have it floating, and will that just stay there and not disappear? That's cool. 8. Lots more blocks now. Sand. Is sand affected by gravity? Oh, it is. Oh, that's interesting. So it's affected by gravity, but it can't fall. It just places wherever. Ah, nice. And that isn't just the case with all blocks. No, just sand. That's really interesting. So I've had sand. There we go. And gravel. I imagine gravel's the exact same. Yes, it is. What will happen if I try to place it in a block that will fall on me? I can, and it works. There we go, look at that. Right, let's replace those and I'll mine all those away. Right, that was 8. Is there anything in 9? Oh wait, no, that was 9. So these are all the blocks I have to play with. Very cool. Right, I'll just break this here. Time, in that case, to find a place to build a new... Oh, hang on. Gold. Gold exists now, but seemingly I can't place it. I'm really loving this terrain generation. I think this looks really cool. And I seemingly can't crouch. Water exists and works in the way I would expect. I can swim up and down. If I break a block underneath water, will it still be watery underneath? Yes, it will. Okay, I wonder if there's just a water level, but I guess not, because this ground is here. So if I place this, then I get cobblestone, like so. And then if I break it, the water comes back. If I break this, then I imagine we will just get water. No? What happens? Okay, so water flows. That's interesting. Right, let's fill that back in. So can water flow infinitely then? Because it didn't seem to have the usual flow mechanics. This is really interesting, and swimming is working exactly as I would expect. I'm quite in love with this terrain generation actually, and I have noticed the gold. I think I meant, did I say the gold? I meant to say that I noticed the gold. So if I build, I mean, this will be great for building a moat. If I dig all this out like so, will all of this turn into water? Yes, it will. And then if I put it back, then I'm guessing that all of this will stay. Yes, it will. Give me a moment, however, I need to get my laptop charger. Oh, there we go, plugged in. So I should just be able to fill in any of these that I like, and the water will... Yeah, the water will stay. And grass does spread, which I think already existed, but I'm glad to see that that is the case. Right. Oh, and we've got gold over there. I've noticed a couple of examples of coal. That's really cool. Oh, there's a little gap here. And there aren't any other buttons I can press for inventory. It's just these 9. Let me check the wiki to see if I'm missing anything. So apparently there is another block to find, some iron, but that wasn't what I was interested in. I was interested in seeing if I could pick those blocks up. Seemingly I can't. But apparently if I press R, much like normal, I can respawn. So let's do that now. And apparently it will always be in the same place, which it will be. There we go. Now, where would I like my castle to be? I'll just build it here. Why not? Actually, I'll build it over there, and that way you don't instantly respawn in the castle. What's the point in having a defensible position that you can instantly get to? So, I'm not going to spend long on this because, as I say seemingly in every single video that I do, I can just press and hold this. That's easy. I am busy. I have things to be getting on with. And I don't have time to do loads and loads of stuff on Minecraft. But I am also quite hoping that this world does survive for a bit. I heard somewhere that it's only from InfDev that you can consistently update a world to the modern day, but I'm hoping that I heard wrong. I do also want to see if F for fog still works. Let me see. Oh, yes it does. Very close. Very, very close. I mean, I quite like it like this. But I'll have full render distance. Might as well. Also, I wonder how far I can walk. Sorry, I know I'm getting myself really distracted. But let's just have a look to see. Oh, and I really like the trees. The trees look so cute and small. Also, something that's quite interesting, I did notice earlier, you can see what's underneath the water when you've got your build mode enabled. And I guess that this is, yeah, I guess thanks to that bedrock under the sea. I'm guessing that that's the end or the edge of the world. So, That's quite cool. I'm also going to have to see how far up and far down you can go. But I won't be doing that yet. I want to finish off building my little area for my castle. And it will be a small castle. But it'll be a castle nonetheless. Parkour. So cool. So that is my little bit of plateau done, if we can even call it that. So now, oh, iron, I think. Pretty sure, yeah, that's iron. Very cool. But now I'm going to get some cobblestone in my hand and start building up castle number 2, since castle number 1 is lost. In fact, I think what I will do is literally just have the castle follow the outline of, oh dear, didn't mean to do that, follow the outline of the cliff. I think that'll look quite cool. It's quite an odd shape for a castle, I know, but it's something. So I can still place blocks from 2 in the air. What about 3 in the air? No. Still only 2. Oh, this is interesting. I just went to check if I was still recording, which I am, and now I can see we've got these buttons here. So I'm going to save the level. Online saving is disabled. Cancel. I'm not going to do that. I don't know if that's how the actual game originally looked, or if that's to do with, goodness me, can't find the word, Betacraft. So I suppose the entrance to the castle should be here. There we go. I'll just have the entrance like this. That'll be nice. Just do the staircase here. Bit boring, I know, but it'll do. I quite like this. I think I will replace all the dirt underneath the castle with stone. But I quite like the way that this looks. I think it strangely works. I will, I think, add like a little port here. Like so. And then this can just come into the side of the mountain like so. And then I'll have access to down there. Which instantly makes it less defensible, but never mind. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. There we go, so that leads there. Not sure where I'll have it actually end up, but for now, I think that works quite well as just a little spiral staircase taking you all the way down here. It's not actually that far. Nice bit of coal over there. I really quite like this. So I'm just adding these battlements all around the edges because obviously that has to be done when you're building a castle. But there we go, this is starting to look and feel like a castle, isn't it? Very nice. Right, everywhere underneath here can be stone, I feel. I am exiting the game now, so if the game doesn't load, rest in peace, this world. Well, I guess that castle's never getting finished. Might as well just check those 2 tests in that case to see how high up and how, well, I'll start with the lowdown. How low down can I go in this world? Seemingly there are no caves. That's bedrock. Where's my hole gone? There it is. Oh, that's a shame. I was looking forward to finishing that castle, but I had other things to be getting on with. So, like an idiot, I exited the game. Wee. Oh, hang on. Wee. The end.